My fellow Americans, I close the day where I began, with the sacred oath. Before God and all of you, I give you my word. I will always level with you.
Hey, we've all lied, right? All of us. But how many of us have called attention to God, right? Me. I'm not going to lie to anybody ever. I'll always level with you. And he didn't, ever. And he hasn't ever, his entire career. I think that doomed his administration right there. And it doomed him. You can't lie like that without being noticed. No way. What did he say exactly? I pledge to you, my fellow Americans, I close the day where I began with a sacred oath before God and all of you. I give you my word. I will always level with you. No, not once. Not once. This pardon fiasco. Oh, boy. You know, he says he's so reluctant about it. No, this is why he got into politics, for the power. An ordinary chump from Delaware, 1973, through a fluke, a great big fluke, becomes a United States senator. That state is smaller than the county where I grew up. Smaller geographically and in terms of population. And he's the president. And also, this was not about public service. Does this look like public service to you? All right? No. He was about power and perks. And he just, in a weird way, like the truth always gets out, right? The truth always gets out. Even in the pardon, we're finding out the truth about Joe Biden and what he says about the pardon. Oh, my God. He's implicating himself all over again. He has no respect for us. He thinks he's fooling us. He's not. No, the truth is actually all over the place if you look carefully enough. All right, let's go to the actual full and unconditional pardon first. Man, full and unconditional pardon for Hunter. Let's see here. For those offenses against the United States which he has committed or may have committed or taken part in during the period from January 1, 2014 through December 1, 2024, all the way back to 2014, this is when we know Hunter Biden was being CC'd on emails, official vice presidential emails. He was flying all over the world with his dad, meeting people, Burisma. It's all in this period of time. This pardon isn't about protecting Hunter. It's about protecting Joe. Oh, man. Let's see here. Let's go on. Including but not limited to all offenses charged or prosecuted, including any that may have resulted in convictions. Okay, I guess that's the gun stuff. By Special Counsel David C. Weiss. All right. Oh, yeah, David C. Weiss. He's the guy you can totally and completely trust because he was a Trump appointee. They never told the truth about Weiss. That two Democrat senators actually ratified Weiss. They actually submitted his name. I can't get over that. 2014 to 2024. That is a critical time, isn't it? That's when all of these millions and millions of dollars came into the Biden family. The brothers, the sister-in-law, the grandkids, his, what was it again? Hunter's sister-in-law, right? Is that who he had? Okay. Wild. Now, let's go through the part where Joe explains himself. Let's see here. From the day I took office, I said I would not interfere with the Justice Department's decision-making. And I kept my word, even as I have watched my son being selectively and unfairly prosecuted. All right. He was yelling, literally yelling at Merrick Garland so loud to New York Times reporters who would write down every word and send the signal to the Justice Department that he didn't like one thing he was doing. Prosecute Trump. Don't prosecute my boy. The charges in this case came about only after several of my political opponents in Congress instigated them to attack me and oppose my election. Okay. No, this is demonstrably a lie. Hey, remember the IRS guys, Shapley and Ziegler? Huh? I remember. They stumbled upon Hunter's name. They were looking at something else, this whole sex trafficking website. And there's a little number, and it's linked to an account that's linked to Hunter Biden. Joe, it's not all about you, actually. It's not. This thing actually started organically. Let's see here. Then a carefully negotiated plea deal agreed to by the Department of Justice unraveled in the courtroom with a number of my political opponents in Congress taking credit for bringing political pressure on the process. The judge saw right through this nonsense. It was inherently corrupt right there. He has no respect for us. He doesn't. Only somebody who really looks down on you would lie this blatantly. Let's see. Had the plea deal held, it would have been a fair, reasonable resolution of Hunter's cases. Okay. No, because the plea deal didn't take care of this stuff. When those IRS whistleblowers were on Capitol Hill, Marjorie Taylor Greene, she's terrific. I still say she's terrific, had a few questions about Hunter's filings.
You referred to one of the assistants as West Coast assistant. I believe this is the West Coast assistant. Could you agree with that?
So I can tell you that there were deductions for what we believe to be escorts, and then that $10,000 golf club membership. Yes, that was not a golf club membership. That was for a sex club payment.
That was for a sex club payment.
Yeah, the nitty-gritty details really were quite interesting. As for Joe's continued spin on this, no reasonable person who looks at the facts of Hunter's cases can reach any other conclusion than Hunter was singled out because he is my son, and that is wrong. No, actually, what no reasonable person who looks at the cases against President Trump can come to the conclusion that he would not have been prosecuted had he not been President Trump, right? You know that. I know that. The American people know that. November 5th, anybody with questions? Let's see here. There has been an effort to break Hunter, who has been 5.5 years sober, even in the face of unrelenting attacks and selective prosecution. In trying to break Hunter, they've tried to break me, and there's no reason to believe it will stop here. Enough is enough. Break you? Again, what does it break you? You know what? We have been pussyfooting around